Alrighty. We are back again for Enigma. It is a year that is an odd number, which means it is once again time to stream this video game. A single time. In the past, when I've streamed this, I've started off with like a 5 to 10 minute intro of what this game is. Because we've jumped right away into levels that expect you to know how the video game works. And it's easier to explain the basic mechanics in the tutorials than it is in a late game level where I also have to explain, the 10 unique mechanics that we'll see in that level, which we'll never see again at any point in the rest of the session. But this time we can skip that. This time we can jump right into levels and explain along the way. Because we're going to be playing a custom level pack that explicitly expects you to have never seen this video game before. It is a level pack created by Snowdozer for use in Mystery Tournament 15. If you're unfamiliar with Mystery Tournament, it's a virtual video game tournament where two competitors are given a random video game they've never seen before. And they compete to see who can get the furthest in an hour. So this game was played in Mystery Tournament 15. In fact, it was broadcast on the Games Done Quick Twitch channel. So there is existing video on GDQ's YouTube channel of this game being played. It's stuffed in the middle of like a 6-hour archive video, but it's there. It's pretty cool. We do have an unfair advantage over the competitors because we have, in fact, played this video game many times before. So we'll just see if we can beat all the levels. I don't know exactly how long this is going to take. I'm assuming the creator of the pack created more levels than they expected people to get through in an hour. But we're also going to be here for more than an hour, so we'll see how that goes. If we get through these pretty quick, I also have the pack of bonus levels they posted. Bonus beta levels they posted, which includes like 30 levels that were also cut from the main pack. So we can play those after. And if we manage to get through those and still have time left, then we'll just play some default levels. And probably not beat any of them. Because the reason that I haven't solved them yet is because they're hard. And we're not good at this game. Turn the menu music off. This game does not have in-game music. Well, it does, but it's like a single song. So we'll be jukeboxing it up here. I switched to the right playlist. I did. Delightful. Good. I should actually turn on the overlay too. There we go. This is actually a really appropriate random song to start with because Enigma is based, it's an enhanced port / remake of an old shareware series called Oxide, which ultimately was also based on an even earlier game called Esprit. And those were for old PC platforms, including the Amiga. So starting off with an Amiga song here is pretty nice, actually. Alright, so starting off incredibly simple here, we're controlling this marble. It is mouse controlled, although I'm currently using my trackpad for a little bit more precision, I find, personally. This game has physics in it. So the ball has momentum and friction. So that will probably be the bane of our existence later in harder levels, dealing with physics. The goal of most levels is to match all of the oxides. They can look different depending on the tile set. In here, there are these blue things that open up when you smack the mouse into them. Starting off real gentle here. Now, you'll notice that there are only 2 of these oxides in every level so far. I assume that will change at some point. There can be more. In which case, you'll have to match the colors. Okay, a big old spiral. Like, there will only be 2 blues, and there will also maybe 2 reds and 2 oranges. So you have to play concentration with them. Good, we have our first stage hazard, that's water. If you fall in the water, you will die, so don't do that. Oh, good. Okay. Taking it real easy here. Okay, we have a meditation level here. This is apparently golf themed. So now you can see instead of the big black marble, we are now a small white marble. And the goal of meditation levels is to get all of the white marbles into these divots. That one's easy because there's only one. There can be multiple. Okay, we got items here. So you may have noticed the bottom of the screen, that's our inventory. We can scroll through that. And whichever item is on the left is our active item. So these batteries are lives. This means we have 2 lives, so if I drown myself right now, we'll lose one of those batteries. And that's the spring. If you saw the title of this level as it scrolled by at the very start, let's click with spring to jump. And if you click with the spring, you'll jump. So we've got platforming. I should note that you'll notice I have the second life back. Lives don't carry across levels. You start each level with a certain amount of lives, and if you lose all your lives, you reset the level from the beginning. But then the next level, you'll get all your lives back, so there's no like game over or anything. Some levels can short-circuit that, some levels can automatically reset when you die, so lives don't matter. I don't know if we'll be seeing any of those in this pack. Probably not. I think this is intentionally keeping things simple. Alright, as you can see, we can't actually reach that on the ground. So we have to jump and hit it in midair, which is a thing you can do. You don't jump over objects, like those rocks. Even if I'm in midair, I'll still collide with them. So we can jump and hit that guy in midair. Okay, we have to take a weird bounce here. That's sure not how you're supposed to do that. That almost worked. I'm gonna take a really strong bounce off of that so that our momentum will carry us over to the other side. Not quite. As you can see, we lost all our lives, so we did have to reset the level. Okay, well, we made it. Oh, okay. So we need to go real fast here and take an amazing amount of bounces to get across that side. I might need to switch to the mouse to this one to actually get the momentum. Alright. Just slam the mouse as quickly as I can and hope we make it. Little baby jumps. No problem. Alright, it's hammer time. If the hammer is the active item, and you hit one of these blocks, it'll go away. Pretty basic. So if you're using keyboard, the item scroll that I have bound is tab, because I'm not using the mouse. If you're using a mouse, you can use the scroll wheel as the title of the level indicated. Oops, all right, good bounce. A little too much momentum there. Cool. All right, we have turnstiles here. This is the first instance of this set of us having to smack real hard into something to make something happen. If you smack into one of those, it'll turn. If there's not enough room for them to turn, they won't actually do anything. So in order to get through this, we need to turn all of these. Okay, we got boxes. This is another instance of if you smack a box hard enough, it'll move a single tile. And unsurprisingly, if you shove a box into water, it'll sink, so we can just cross that like that. Got a lot of boxes. We don't need all of these boxes. Oh, okay. We have to smack these boxes in midair, which does work. Okay, this level is expecting us to die, so we have to jump real far while moving fast enough to smack that block over. And if we do that 3 times, then we can just hit that. Dynamite. Dynamite, unsurprisingly, will explode once you put it on the floor. If you're caught in the dynamite explosion, you will die. But as you can see, you can stand right next to it. Even though dynamite destroys adjacent blocks, you can stand next to it and be fine. But if you're on top of it, you'll get got. So hammers will not destroy those solid blocks, even though the dynamite will. Dynamite has more destructive power than hammers. Okay, we need to destroy this first. Now we can get this dynamite. And we need a hammer. That lets us get this last stick of dynamite to get the spring so we can cross that gap. Okay. And we need to get the spring. Once we have the spring, the water doesn't matter, so we can get the other 2 items. Okay, the water kind of still matters. Okay, we have custom scripting here. You can put arbitrary Lua code into Enigma level, so you can actually just make levels that do whatever the hell you want them to do. So now we have these grass tiles, and when you leave them, they turn into dirt tiles. So I assume once we turn all of these into dirt, we mow the lawn, that door will open. Okay, we got space tiles here. Space tiles have no friction whatsoever, which means that once you're moving on them, you cannot control the marble until you go land on another type of floor. You just keep going at the exact momentum you started with. If you hit something, you'll bounce off of it. You just have to live with your decision. Surprised I got that first try. We're going to take this real easy and then just let the friction stop us when we land on that platform coming up there. All right. This is one reason I like using a trackpad for this game as a default over the mouse, because I find it much, much easier to do like straight horizontal and vertical movements like that than with a mouse. Oh, we have to get a weird bounce here. That's sure not going to work. That's also not going to work. We might be here for a while. Hello. That almost worked, but even if that worked, I forgot to get the thing at the start. Okay, that's gonna almost nope. Okay. That's definitely not gonna work. Maybe? Maybe? Okay, we got it. So this is a set of custom levels that was made for Mystery Tournament 15. So it actually has like a difficulty curve as opposed to the base game. It's written with the expectation that you don't know how any of this works. Did you make that? Okay. I thought we might bounce off of that corner and just get shot back to where we came from. Oh, nice. We have to jump while we're bouncing in space. This is not really a thing the base game, I think, ever makes you do. But it is possible. Just because there's no friction doesn't mean you can't still use items in outer space. The question is, what kind of bounce do I want to take out of here? Nice, okay. I expected that to take several tries. Okay, this is going to get weird because the holes left by dynamite will change your momentum. They're not flat, they act as though they're curved divots, so you will kind of roll around them as you go in and out of them. And we get to push blocks while we're in outer space. Now we're going to need to get both the spring and the hammer. And so how this is going to work is we're going to have to do some quick item swaps here. We're going to have to shoot to the right, hop over the water, switch to hammer so that we can break the blocks on the other side. And then we're going to bounce uncontrollably back to where we start. So we're going to have to switch back to the spring to hop over the moat again. I switched to hammer there in case I was going to bounce off of the blocks again. I wasn't sure I had lined that up correctly. We're going to hit that. Okay, we've got 2 marbles at the same time. Okay, we've got 18 marbles at the same time. Okay. This is the first level that we've had more than 2 oxides at the same time, but as you can see, they can be the same color. They don't have to be different colors. That would have been really awful if they were, in fact, multiple colors. So usually when you have multiple marbles, controllable marbles in the same level, they don't necessarily share the item pool. Like each has their own separate inventory. But however this level is doing it, they actually have the shared inventory, so all the marbles got that hammer we picked up. Okay. You see there's a black marble and a white marble, and we are not controlling them at the same time. But we picked up a yin-yang symbol on the floor, and if we use that as an item, we'll switch control. So as you can see, the bottom is changing colors to indicate which marble we're currently controlling. This goes back to the original Oxide having a 2-player mode. So you could actually have 2 separate people with 2 different mice controlling the game. Actually, I don't think it was necessarily on the same computer. I think it was network play. But that's not really a thing you do anymore. So instead you have multiple marble levels where you can control them separately at different times. Okay. So we need to make a bridge so that we can bring the black marble down to the bottom half. So in order to get this left oxide, we need to park a marble down here, then have the other marble shoved out on top of that so we can bring it up. And we need to do the same maneuver over here. We've got these black and white colored blocks. These will block you if you're the wrong color marble. Oh, good. Okay. So we have 2 marbles. But we don't have a yin-yang symbol, so we can't ever control that white marble. However, that white marble is a physics object. We can just give it a few helpful shoves in order to get through that white door for us. So I need to get that hammer and then just die. So if I switch marbles here, you notice that I lost the items because this white marble has a separate inventory from the black marble. That also means, yeah, that doesn't mean anything, never mind. Okay, we might be here for a while too. Or we can just get that first try. Oh. Alright. Excuse me. Help. That was really funny. Okay, we have... This is the first level with gravity. Right now I'm just moving the marble here and then letting go, and then the gravity pulls us downward. And we also have these bungee blocks where if you hit them, you'll be attached to with a rubber band, which lets us kind of hover in midair. And this game has a physics engine in it, so this rubber band has physics. As the further we get away, the more kind of force we have to apply in order to actually make it away. Okay. Very careful there. Rubber bands don't have to be attached to a block. They can be attached to anything. So we are controlling both of these marbles at the same time. Luckily, there are these kind of corners where we can just park one of them, so that one's not too bad. Oops. Right, so this one, we have to shoot the marble up. Again, we're controlling both of these at the same time. So if I move up, we'll push the upper marble up. And we need to do that with enough force to clear this bump, while also continuing to move right to pull it across the bump. Oh, okay, we got it. Okay. Now we're on a date. If we let one of the marbles die, that might cause it to respawn at the start, and then the rubber band will go haywire. We'll see. I'm going to give it a shot. Yep. Well, one of the marbles will respawn at the starting spot, but the other one won't, which will probably result in our immediate death. I think I want to try to do that. So let's get down here, and then we need to very carefully try to turn that around that corner. It's not a lot of space there. Oh, okay, now we have 3 attached. The part of the marble that's attached to the floor is about the center of it, so you can overhang into water a little bit, but once you're halfway off the tile, you will just fall into it. Okay, this is a little weird. This might work. Get in there, all right. Can we just mash this into a straight line? Is that going to work? That's not really going to work. Those are just too far apart. Maybe I can just barely kind of fit this. Okay. I was trying to keep that as straight as possible, because I didn't know if I would have to come across another bridge, but I did not. Oops. We're only controlling the black marble here, so we need to drag that white marble back and forth in order to, please, to get a little momentum to smack it into that one. I think I need to bring that down one more. Because in order to move the white marble through this, we kind of have to run it across walls. This kind of snake configuration is something that we've seen in... It does exist in the base game. You kind of just need to drag a whole bunch of weights behind you. In this case, we need to... I'm far enough here that I can smack one of them through the door. Oh, okay. So we have a short amount of time in which we need to blow up 2 of these, as well as jump through this. Although actually we don't need to. The only thing that's timed is that upper block, but because there's only 2 of these, only 2 oxides, we can just hit that, and then we have all the time in the world to come back and hit the second one. Got more golf. Okay, that took like 30 strokes. Not a good hole. Okay, so all of the levels from here to the end of the game might be golf. Okay. So lining this up is kind of tricky. I think because with this here, this might be expecting us to tap the ball across. And then give it a shot downward. As opposed to like bringing it up here and then trying to line a diagonal shot into that hole. Gotta do a circuit with these guys. Get it in there. Is that going to count? Okay. Got another timer gimmick here. Oh, too slow. Ow. Still slightly too slow. A renegade white marble shoved the block over us, and if a block moves over your marble, you die. You can't do that. Usually that only happens with moving objects. They're like automatically moving blocks, and you need to watch out for those because those will run you over. In that case, it was just a normal crate. Okay, we need to go back and forth across this and shove that block up and around into the water. That did not work. Also didn't work. Line that up a little higher. There we go. Right. And now we need to didn't quite work. I think it'll be better if we come down this way. Yeah, that was good. That was a better idea. Okay. So these are all black doors, which means the white marbles will just stay in their cubbies. Then we just need to go through each of these and get them all in. This one's pretty normal. Well, if we can get that out of the corner. There we go. Okay, we want to get that spring with a white marble. I think. Maybe? Doesn't matter? Yeah, we did. We need to get the white marble down to the center of the level. It can't come through the black doors. So in order to do that, we need to hop that gap. This is going to be a little weird. I'm not sure I can get both of these marbles onto the center moat at the same time, so one of them will stop and one of them will keep floating. So there's going to be some weird physics. But I think I can swing this up. They're going to come up. Can we pull down? Okay. So we need to come and grab this hammer with a black marble so that we can destroy these blocks. And then we only really needed to destroy one of those. There's the white marble to get the marble down there. There are a whole bunch of different items and blocks here we did not see. These are all just base game objects you could see in normal puzzle levels. Okay, we did in fact get through that in less than an hour. Good for us. Again, doing that doesn't matter because we have the unfair advantage of actually knowing how the video game works. That might have taken us more than an hour to do if we were actually fairly participating in this mystery tournament. Alright, now because this is a custom level pack, it doesn't keep track of level completion, so even though we beat all 81 of those levels, it still says 0% solved. Which also means that the beta pack here, it does not flag the levels that we didn't play in the main pack. Which is why I, in advance, yesterday, made a list of all of the unique levels that were cut from the beta pack for the version that was actually played at Mystery Tournament. And so some of them are these levels down here. But other ones are just inside the numbered levels. So we'll have to go back and forth between them. And there's also a World 7. We did not see World 7 at all. This whole World 7 was cut. So we'll be starting with Round Spiral. But before we do that, this is a good break time for me to go grab some water. We'll return in a minute. Alrighty. So this is pretty much just a spiral level, but round and a little bigger. Just basic water navigation. This level's called Archipelago, yet there is only a single island. Curious. I'm doing these in the order of their file names, which is not necessarily the order they're presented in this pack. Okay, looking for a level called Air Swap. Air Swap. Okay. So we need to jump and then switch to hammer while we're in midair. Hence Air Swap. Okay, so this level probably isn't meant to only have 3 oxides in it. Ow, okay. So this one's really rough because of the water. These downward bounces are very, very difficult to do and then live on. That's actually probably why there's the pair of oxides here, so that you can just ignore this, because this is actually incredibly brutal. Too fast. If we can, once we move the block downward the second time, the rest isn't bad. It's not good, but it's doable. We only need to actually jump and shove it once in that direction, and once it's over there, we can just kind of hop over and then push the rest by hand without jumping. Yeah, okay, that one's just fake. I'm not sure the game will actually let you put an odd number of oxides in a level. Because if you have an odd number, then you can't possibly clear them all. Because they only match in pairs. Okay, this is kind of funny. This is another gimmick that I don't remember ever seeing in the base level. Although it is worth noting that when I say that, that doesn't necessarily mean that this was never used in a base level. Because I've been playing this game for a very, very long time. And so it's quite possible that it was used in a level that, I beat 15 years ago and haven't played since. But here, we need one of those dynamite sticks in order to break through the wall. So we need to jump and land on it, and then die. Also, I enjoyed that game. That was also pretty funny. There's some pretty funny levels in this. Did I do that one? I think Rebound was actually in the main pack, and I just accidentally included that in this. Oops. Okay, looking for a way through. These two, a way through and no way through. Okay, if we just go straight across this will work. And that adds something across there, so we need to take a diagonal path across this. That's sure not going to work. That might work. That looks good. Yep, that's good. Next up is curve your shot. This is just a short version of wave your shot. Like, we'll see wave your shot. It's just a shorter version of that. Then we have Wave Your Shot XL. So this is the first instance we're seeing in this pack of death blocks. Understandably, if you touch one of those, you will die, so don't do that. Okay, looking for click to drop the hammer. All right, so the white marble has the spring, and the white marble just forever has the spring. So the white marble is the only marble that can hop across that gap to hit the oxides. But the black marble has the hammer. So we need to give the hammer to the white marble, and we can do that by clicking to drop an item. We were able to always do that, so we can drop the extra lives. But you can't drop items that have effects. So because the yin-yang symbol does something when you click, you can't drop it. Likewise, because the spring has an effect, like making you jump, you can't actually drop it. So it was never relevant until now. I didn't have to do that, I could have just hopped across. Okay, next up is the only level with gravity. Although, no, we did this before. Yeah, okay. This level actually had its name changed from the base game, which is why I thought it was a separate level. It's not. So here we have grapple, and the only level with gravity. But in the main pack, grapple is called string manipulation. And then the only level with gravity was renamed to grapple. Question mark, exclamation point. Instead we have the climb. Now here we have one-way doors. Understandably, you cannot pass through them opposite the direction of the arrow. This is causing a significant amount of tension on the rubber band, which is pretty funny. Oh. Alright. So as soon as that level starts, you need to just mash downward as quickly as possible. You are in immediate danger. Let me see. But a scratch, put to use the ring, fire your cannons, movement signal, magnet planet, let there be light, hot, hot, item delivery service, crumble floor becomes the opposite block. Okay. It's time for this entire world. I was just double checking that all 11 of these levels, there's no 7-9. All 11 of these levels appeared in the same order in the file list, and they do. Which means we can just run through all of these. Okay, here we have Black Knights. If you touch a Black Knight, you die. That guy stabs you. But if you have a sword, you can cut off all his limbs. And then just pass right through it. And here we have rings, which in the context of this level, they cause the black and the white marble to swap. So in order to get through these doors, we need to push the white marble through and then swap. And then we can get the black marble through the black door. Okay, here we have cannons. Cannons are funny. If you smack a cannon, it'll eat one of your extra lives to shoot a cannonball. And the cannonball will go in the direction you hit the block as well as the speed that you hit the block. So the harder you hit it, the further the cannonball will go. And if the cannonball hits an oxide, it'll activate that oxide. These really suck to aim, which is why the game gives you 55 extra lives. Okay, here we have the lightning bolt block. I don't remember what this is called. When you hit it with one marble, it'll send that impulse that you hit the block with to the other marble. Like cannons, it's both the direction and momentum, so the harder you hit the ball, the further it'll go. Okay, we got magnets here. Those magnets in there are active and are trying to pull our ball towards them. They are pretty strong, so we need a decent amount of force to make it around there. We got lasers. Lasers will activate oxides if the beam hits them. Lasers will also kill the hell out of you if you run into them. We got these mirror blocks. If you tap them, the mirror will rotate 45 degrees, and also, as you can see, we can shove them. Okay, we got fire. Fire spreads. Depends on the floor type. Some floor will spread fire, some doesn't. We got mail blocks. If you hit a mail block, it will drop off whatever your active item is across the wherever the blue pipe entrance is, exit is. So if I have an extra life here and hit this block, it'll shove it off the other side. If I try to this one, because I'm standing where the blue exit is, I'll just pick that life back up again. So nothing is happening. Unless I smack it really hard and run away. Unless I hit it just barely, so I'm not actually picking up the item. So mail blocks are special because you can use mail blocks to drop items you wouldn't normally be allowed to drop. Like this yin yang, for example. That lets us get a yin yang to the white marble, so now we can freely swap between them. Yeah, you get it. You get the idea. It's really subtle, but you caught on. And also likewise with springs, which you can't normally drop. Just put one in the mail. And we need to send the hammer to the white marble too. As you can see, we've got cracks on the floor here. What happens when you do run across them is fairly obvious. You do have just enough time to kind of shoot across and come back and bounce off of that wall and die. Cracks can also spread across the floor. That's not happening here, but it can happen, depending on the settings of the cracks. So like even if a floor starts off the level solid, if you crumble a floor next to it, it can start crumbling too, and you generally just have a bad time. All right. So these gray blocks with the black and white spiral on them, if you hit them with one marble, they will turn into a door of the other color. So the black marble needs the spring, so we need to hit that with the white marble. And the white marble needs the dynamite, so we need to hit that with the black marble. That's fine. We just had to drown that guy real quick. Okay, here we have impulse blocks. They come in two varieties. They're solid and hollow. These ones across the top here are hollow, which means that we can move the marble under them. How they work is when, well, let me come through here first. We might die. We're definitely going to die, okay. This is actually like really tight. Okay, I was out of there. I had that one and I blew it. Okay. So these ones are solid, so we can just hit them. And you'll see, like, when I hit it, a ring pops off it, and then this goes away. And that impulse will push blocks next to it, so if I hit this one from any side, the ring will activate, and then it'll push that block around. And if the impulse touches another impulse block, that other impulse block will activate, which will cause a chain of cascading impulses, which is what's happening with that snake up top. One of them starts, so the impulse is just kind of carrying around that circle in the upper left corner. And then when it reaches the middle, a block on the right side, it kind of shoots around that hallway, and it keeps going all the way down there. And if you're caught underneath one of them when you're the black marble, you explode, which happened to us a few times. All right. So I think in order to do this, I need to hit these blocks up, smack that last one. All right. Now I can just leave. This is all floor. I can just leave. I was thinking I might have to push a second one across that second water tile, but no, just pushing that one out of the way lets you get down here. And everything's great. This one. There was a level called Space Golf, but this is obviously significantly different. We have a checkerboard here with tiles we can actually control the marble on, and tiles we cannot control the marble on. The actual level Space Golf in the main pack is probably a lot better than this. This isn't super interesting, it's just kind of annoying. Okay. Got the marble backed up against this wall, so I need to give it a good bonk there in order to dislodge it. Okay, this is another one that was replaced with a level with the same name. There was a There Will Be 9 Holes in the main pack, but it wasn't like this. This one is. A bit tighter. Oops, good, that's fine. Losing the white marble is not great. Losing the black marble is fine because we don't lose the white marble progress. Okay. Island Donk. Oh, that's a little grody, okay. Okay, second try is not bad. As you can see, when you're in midair, you will not actually hit the white marble. So you need to land like right before it on that platform in order to shove it. It's kind of tight. And the last one is Only You May Pass. Okay, this is just like the mini golf one, except it's one long path instead of 9 short paths. Alright, so that's all of them. There are some I could do. Those were all of the levels that were either completely unique to the beta levels or had that were unique to the betas or were like completely overhauled, completely replaced with something else like Space Golf. There are a few that were adjusted slightly. And I have those too, but I don't think I'll do them. Like this is one that we did in the main pack, and the only difference is that the oxides are further back, so you need to tunnel more through them in order to get them. So there's not really a point in replaying this just to spend slightly more time on it. So I guess with all of those levels done, we now get to re-enter Hell. Let me close this. We'll probably get that window a little bit. We get to play more default levels. I don't know what pack. 4? These are older levels that have been in the game for quite a while. So for the most part, if I haven't solved the level, it's because it's either incredibly difficult or it incredibly sucks. Or possibly a combination of both. Likely, if it meets the incredibly sucks criterion, it also matches the incredibly difficult criterion. This level might be fine, I just never felt like working it out because this is a lot of planning. I might need to like take some screenshots and scribble over. So the mechanics here, as you can see, we have impulse stones again. We also have boulders, which are these gray blocks with the arrows on them. And they will move automatically in the direction the arrow is facing. And if they hit an impulse block, they will activate the impulse block. And if I hit an impulse block next to one, it'll shove the boulder in the away from it. And we also have these gray steel pressure plates. We need to get boulders on all 4 of them in order to open up the doors to that oxide on the right side. So we need to park boulders on all 4 of those. We have one more tool in our toolbox, and that's this magic wand. If you hit a boulder with a magic wand, it will flip directions. We're going to be doing stuff like that. Using boulders to block the paths of other boulders in order to be able to park them on top of the pressure plates. I'm considering planning some of this out. But I'm also considering just hitting a block. Which will cause a lot of things to happen. If a boulder runs you over, you will die. So that did 3 things. You have boulders on 3 of the 4 pressure blades. I might be able to get a boulder on a 4th pressure plate. Depends on... Okay, that doesn't work. Problem is, this block right here I'm going to hit. If I could get these 2 boulders that are above it out of the way, it could just go up all the way and hit that pressure plate, and we're fantastic. And I can move this bottom one out of the way, but I can't move that top one out of the way. I'm going to restart the level, and was that there the whole time? Greetings. Ban the hell out of this. Trying to do a really tricky timing here. That probably is not the intended way to do this. Wanna get rid of that. I think that's okay if I get rid of that. That might not actually be okay at all if I get rid of that. Well, actually that seems like it might be really good if I do that. what I need to do is time hit on that to bring it down. Now if I do that maneuver again, now along this row, there is the boulder facing right, but it's now blocked from coming over here to this column, so I can just bounce that upward. That's pretty good. Now we need to get... That's not great. We're okay. Okay. So in order to hit, we need to hit this oxide to the right with a boulder. And we're going to do it with this one. And the first step is going to be hitting it with a wand so it'll come down here. And when it does that, it's going to launch these two boulders here to the left and then above. This one that's moving right is not a problem. This one on the right that's moving up could cause issues. No, that'll be totally fine. Okay. Oops. Okay. We still have another way. I didn't actually expect that to hit that oxide, but it's good that it did. So what happened was, I didn't chase this chain fully. I could have predicted it would have moved this way. I moved downward from this column and then hit that the leftmost impulse block, and then the impulse traveled right and then up. And then when that upper block activated, it shoved the block to the left, which then activated that oxide. I thought I would have to do that on a separate step, but the chain actually worked fine. So with that activated, we can just come over here and hit that block. That wasn't that bad. That level was probably just one that seemed more complicated than it actually was, and I didn't feel like devoting the time to analyze it. But didn't really have to do much to analyze it. We just hit things with blocks and it kind of just worked. Alright, now this one definitely sucks. This one is blind, as you can see, like there are can't actually see what's going on in these shafts. It looks like there are slopes underneath those. So like once one of the marbles gets down one of those shafts, it keeps going until it hits the bottom, at which point it hits a switch, which does something, question mark? You can see down the leftmost 3 shafts. On the left side, there's like orange particles that are popping up. That's indicating that the marble is hitting that wall there. So I think what's happening that we can't see is that at the bottom of each of these shafts, there's either a divot in which we need to get each of the 4 balls into, or it's a round mound, which works like a hill, and which obviously you can't park the marble inside. And so I think on those left 3 sides, there isn't a divot, there's a mound. So when I'm moving the mouse very slightly, it's not giving the marbles enough force to move across the mound. So it's getting pushed off of the mound, the round circular mound, to the left into that wall. And so I think the switches at the bottom flip what's down there from a mound to a divot, or vice versa. So I think all the switches need to be down. They're all up, so we have 4 particles. There are 2 up, so we have 2 particles. Yeah, so that's what's going on. If the closing door catches the marble, it will die. So I'm trying to slide one marble in at a time and kind of ease its speed down the slope that I'm assuming is in there, so that it doesn't move fast enough to hit the switch at the bottom before it lands in the divot. I'm not succeeding at this, but that's what I was trying to do. Okay, that didn't work. So now we just have to hit this randomly. And hope it works, which it won't. So this is the kind of level that I think is somewhat instantly understandable why I have not bothered to try to solve this. Okay. I think the dials at the top just affect the cycles in which the doors open and close, which I'm not entirely sure is helpful in solving this. Yeah, alright. I'm done with that. Forever. Ah, yes, this is another very physics level. Right, this one I instantly understand why I have not solved this one yet. And why we will not be solving this one on stream. So here we have some slopes. It's not immediately clear that these are going down, but the ones on this side of the screen are pointing downward. So if I hit that scissors block down there to cut the cable I'm coming on, I'll just gravity get kind of stuck on that. And then when we move to the other side of the level, I'm assuming that these are moving upwards, yeah. So we see these blocks down here. These, as we saw, these work the same as the black and white doors that were in the Mystery Tournament pack, except these are hollow, so you can actually see through them a little bit. So we need to smack this white marble through down there in order to... hit the oxides that are down there. But once the string gets cut, we're done. And also I have a feeling... this might be okay, actually. So the problem is... Whoops, well, I'm going to restart anyway, so don't worry about that. The problem is what happens once I smack the white marble down here. Because if the white marble gets stuck underneath the white shutters, that's game over. It's stuck there. We cannot hit it again at any point with a black marble. But, as we can see here, it looks like there are also slopes underneath the shutters, so without any input, the marble will just kind of sit halfway, extending a bit out of the shutter, so we'll be able to tap it around, if we can get it down into that trough. Now the hard part is, of course, getting it down into that trough. Okay, that might be good. As you can see in this level, we have oxides of different colors, so we do actually have to match these. Okay, actually knocking the ball into these now from this position is not as easy as I perhaps envisioned it would be. Because getting the ball on this side was actually pretty easy. That's definitely something I must have been able to do before. Which means it wasn't the hard part of the level. This is the hard part of the level. Okay, found a yellow. That felt like that was close to hitting that third one. That was definitely not close to hitting that third one, however. Nope, that's not good. Okay. Please. Please just let me tap this one that's directly under it. I'm begging you. I'm on my hands and knees begging you. Alright. For this last one, I'm not sure if this is actually going to work, but I'm curious if I can park the marble, the white marble, over here along this right wall. Like right about here, say? And then give it a good smack downward. A little close. Tap it a little less hard than that so that it doesn't bounce off of the wall and then immediately leave the trough. Maybe that was close. That was really close. I don't know if it'll actually stay there or if there will be so much tension in the rubber band that it'll snap it out of the trough. Oh, you're having mostly clown music during the first hour or so, so it's nice that we're now have music more fitting of the despair that I'm currently feeling as we wrestle with physics? Got in there, but again, it was hard to tell if that was just because I hit it with so much momentum that it popped back out, or if that just wouldn't work at all. This might not be the way to go. The way to go might, in fact, just be to give it a giant smackaroony and see if we can just bash it into the bottom right-hand corner from here. That was definitely too fast. Oh, okay. And just to be clear, I am also, with my black marble, fighting a constant upward force as I do this, which is why it is so incredibly difficult to actually make contact with the white marble more than once. Ah, okay. I don't think I would have had that there if I hadn't kind of freaked out with the trackpad and lodged the ball immediately out of there. I think there's a good chance it would have popped back out there anyway. That's what I'm telling myself so that I don't give myself a bout of depression. kind of wonder. I've been trying to kind of push it a bit and then smack it. It kind of gets it close to hitting that. It's probably not actually ever going to hit it. Or can just do that. Just do that. That's all you have to do. Just do that exact series of inputs with that exact amount of momentum, and it works. You too can probably not do that at home. Yeah, this part of the level is real spooky. We found 5 oxides, so there is at least one more to the right. But the only way to go to the right is we have to ride one of these platforms across a room transition without knowing what's on the other side. That's a lot of fun, with the word fun in about 18 quotation marks. I'm now absolutely understanding why I did not beat this level and why we are not going to beat this level. Because this is a giant pain in the ass. This one we can ride. That one's no problem. This might be safer to come around the top. But we have to wrap around that oxide, which is a little bit of a gross. None of the ones that we found so far match. Which is super exciting. Which means we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking. Blue, red. And green, which means the last one is yellow. Did not get in there. Great. Wrapping around the corners on the platforms is the hardest part of this. Did get the blues though. Red. Yellow, blue, red. Take this guy across the top. Get that red, come back. Watch out for this door transition coming up here. We're okay. Okay, the red is the one that's to the right of the blue on this screen. Okay. This is green. The green is on the starting platform. take another cycle here. Hopefully get more time to come around this blue without dying. Okay, got it that time. Almost died there. We'll give that another cycle. Got caught along the corner of that block, and I didn't feel like pushing that. I just have this yellow here, and then yellow is on the next screen over. Ride this across. Easy does it. Park here, and then we just need to give that smack and we're out of here. Nice, all right. So that looks bad. I've been muted the whole time I've been explaining stuff. Good for me. That's probably fine that I was muted, because I'm not going to be beating this level. This looks horrifying. So assuming we need to hit that switch, I bet that switch probably activates the lasers in the south room, or deactivates them. We have a coin slot here. A coin slot is a temporarily activating switch. There are 3 denominations of coins, which will cause a switch to activate for longer, depending on how valuable the coin is. So we need to put a coin in here, and then presumably this door will open, and we need to make it across that moat, hit the switch, and then make it all the way back before the coin expires. And that is probably going to suck ass, so we're not going to do that. And that was not where the laser was starting. Okay, I have a fire extinguisher. I don't know why. Look forward to there being fire in this level, apparently. And there are 4 blocks here, which are not enough to bridge the gap there. And we also have a warp to somewhere. That's not the entrance to the spiral that leads to the warp. Okay, we got a coin. A single coin. So we can use this coin. If you push a block over a coin, it changes denomination up to the highest. Good. Yeah. Oh yes, okay. This is also not a good level. So we have impulse blocks everywhere, including down here. And the funny thing about these impulse blocks is that they move. So we need to get all 9 of them out of that. And then over here to over these switches. Presumably, once all of these switches are occupied by blocks, these gates will open. So the first part of the mess is figuring out how to survive in this room. In order to get the blocks out. This is not even the hard part of the level, however. Okay, so from this point on, I can probably get the blocks out of there. However, the real problem of this level, is going to be how to get all 9 blocks to stand still inside this square. When every time I push a block into it, it's going to start shoving the other blocks in there around. I'm not entirely sure that's actually possible, without there either being a trick, kind of, there being a fake block or something we can shove around, or us not actually needing to activate all of these switches at the same time. So I think I can put 8 in here. I think I can get blocks all the way around the outer ring. But once I have to park something in the center, that's where we're going to have problems. That's where this whole scheme is going to completely fall apart. That might not be good. Okay, maybe getting the blocks. Okay, well. Actually, there are only... No, there are 9. Never mind. There's 6 in the room, and then we have 3 out, so we have 9 blocks. Okay, we found the trick. Question is, can we use this? So there's a hidden item underneath this grate, completely invisible. It's a seed. If I place the seed, it will grow into a block. Probably just a plain block. So we do have... a non-impulse block we can work with. The question is that actually useful? I can't put it in the center. Oh, could I shove in the center? That might be good, actually. Okay. This might be doable. Right now I'm trying to fill up the corners. Which is not super hard. You can actually just get that block out by shoving it without having to rely on impulse shoving. Just push that there and everything's okay. All right. Okay, so I think this is okay. Grab another block. this might work. Which means that it'll be really funny when we find the further complication I have not foreseen yet, which causes this to completely not work. We can't have the punchline of the joke without the setup. That, we're going to drop the seed and just shove that in the center. And now if we grab one more block and push it in that spot, which is possible, none of those impulse blocks will move anything out of place. And it is possible we might solve the level. Neat. Alright. Oh, disgusting. Absolutely just pig disgusting. Cannons are back. Now, if I remember correctly, well, so as you can see, we have 6 oxides to hit, but we only have 4 lives, and we spend 1 life per cannonball, so, like, obviously this doesn't work. So if I remember correctly, there are a bunch of extra lives outside of the level. But we need to aim a cannonball shot so that we can actually drop one of these blocks into a pit so we can get out of here. Which is impossible. Because again, aiming cannonballs is just an absolute nightmare. And even if we find the stash of extra lives, I'm not certain that they're going to be like 55. That's probably too far. That was definitely too far. Not far enough. Very short. Maybe... No, that sure didn't work either. I don't remember if cannonballs, if I landed on one of those crates, if it'll destroy like the floor under the crate and then the crate will fall into it, or if it has to be on an empty spot. So in any case, this should be another level where it is obvious why I have not beaten this level. This will be a pretty good place to call this. Just ending with a very concrete example of the experience you get from the Enigma video game. How dare you? And the reason I'm still trying this is because this is an incredibly long song. It has 2 minutes left. And so I was going to let this run out anyway. So I might as well just keep throwing lives into the abyss while the song is playing, rather than just wandering off for 2 minutes. Oh, hold up. Okay, so we made it. And we have this just gigantic area we can't see into. So there may be lives in here, but we can't see them. So you need to very painstakingly go through every single tile in order. Or just look at the map data and find out how many lives and where they are actually located. Which is what I would do if I were intending to solve this level. But I am not intending to solve this level. In fact, I am intending to quit this video game and forget that this level exists. So that'll do it for this week. Concludes our biennial Enigma stream. We will return in the year 2027 for more of this. Perhaps there will be a new update with new levels by then. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. No stream next week. I'm going to be on Maui. We will return in 2 weeks with probably a PlayStation puzzle adventure game, question mark? It is definitely a puzzle game. I'm not entirely sure how adventure it is. We will find out together in 2 weeks. So until then, I hope everyone has a great 2 weeks. That's true. There may not be a world in 2027. If it is still possible to stream in the year 2027, due to my being alive and there still being functioning infrastructure, we will return to Enigma. Until 2 weeks, you all take care.